Hey guys, you're watching One and Only. My name is AJ, and we are back on a brand new series that I'm calling Redstone from Scratch. It's actually the third Redstone series I've done on my channel. We first started off with School of Redstone, and then we went on to Useful Redstone, which went through practical uses for Redstone. And then this one, Redstone from Scratch, is going to be sort of like a rehash of my first series, where after this episode, we're going to start like from the very basics. We're going to learn about torches, we're going to learn about gates. So if you've been wanting to learn Redstone from complete scratch, like you know nothing about it, this is going to be the perfect series for you. I thought as a bit of a first introductory episode, we would show you, or I'd show you, what is actually possible now that Console Edition has the new Redstone update with comparators, locking repeaters, droppers, hoppers, all that sort of cool, awesome stuff. So, here I've got is a fully automated sorting system for vanilla Minecraft, okay? Usually, if you had mods where you had, like, item ducts and stuff like that, you could do it really easily. But in vanilla, it was thought to be impossible in vanilla Minecraft to automatically sort everything you want into chests. Now, I've got an example here of 7 different chests. You could literally make this. You can make a chest for every item in the whole game if you wanted to. It's so easily expandable. But let's give you a demonstration. In these chests here is nothing. They are all empty. And let's say you've come back from a adventure, like running around your seed or a mining trip or something like that. Whoops. And you've come back. What we're going to do is we're going to open up this chest here that you'll have on show. And we're going to dump all of this stuff into this chest here. And as you can see, the blue wool is already being taken out. And then it'll take the next one out, and it's taking the oak saplings out, and it'll go through and it'll take everything out and sort it all into all of these chests. Now what I've done is I've put item frames on the front of these chests so you know what's meant to be in them, and hopefully we'll get it right. I've also got a double chest at the end here, which is going to put everything that we haven't sorted out into that chest. I really recommend, if you're going to build this on your own world, I highly recommend you put a chest at the end to catch any items that you might have forgotten about to sort. You might have forgotten to make a chest specifically for them. Otherwise they might get lost on the system, they might jam the system up, anything like that. But if we have a look in here, here's all the items that we placed in that we haven't got a chest for. And these were empty before. We've now got the 6 cobblestone in here, 8 dirt, 10 sand, 11 wood, 5 redstone, 8 gold ore, and 6 apples, fully automatically sorted into this system. Super simple. So, let's do a tutorial. What we're going to do is you're going to need a block to build with, to place redstone on and stuff. You're going to need comparators. You're going to need hoppers. You're going to need redstone dust. You're going to need redstone torch. You're going to need, I think that's about it really. Oh, repeaters. And you're going to need a repeater. Okay? You're also going to need trap chests that you'll find in the redstone area. And you're going to need normal chests that you could find in this area. And I think that for now will do. So let's do it in line with these other ones so we can hook them all up together at a later date. And what you're going to do is you're going to make a plus sign like this, and then take the middle one out and put it in the top left hand corner there. Okay. You're then going to place a repeater down here and 2 pieces of redstone dust there and there. Now you're going to place a comparator, one of the new blocks, facing towards the back that way. Okay, so you've got 2 at the front and the 1 light at the back, facing that way. Okay, it won't work if you have it around the other way. And also make sure that you have this little front torch off. Okay, by default it is off, but make sure that's off. If it's on, it's going to be in subtraction mode, which is going to mess things up a bit. So make sure that's off. Then you're going to come down here and you're going to place a torch right there, and this is to lock the hoppers. We're going to talk about how this works later on, but first we're just going to build it together. Okay, now the hopper bit is a little bit more tricky to do if you've never sort of used hoppers before. What we can do now in console Minecraft, if I stand on the floor, so I'm not in fly mode, we can now actually crouch and place an item. Now before, if I wanted to place something on this chest, I couldn't. I'd have to place a block underneath it and then place like a block on top. But now if I crouch down, I can now place it there. Before, if I'm not, you would just open up the chest. So if you crouch down, you can now place a block there, which is going to come in very handy, because what we're going to need to do is put a chest here, and then you're going to place a hopper going into that chest. So you're going to have to crouch down and have the hopper. See this like little tiny bit sticking out? It's pointing that way. You need the hopper to point into that chest. Okay. Now on top of it, you're going to fly up. Whoops, glitched aside. Come down onto the chest, crouch again, and you're going to place the hopper going into that comparator. So we've got a hopper going that way, and a hopper going that way. Can you just see those little, like, dinks pointing out? Okay? And then on top of it, you're going to have to come on top of here again, crouch down, place a block there, so you can then place the comparator going into that piece of white wool for now. Whatever way you face it, like if I put a hopper there, see the face, whatever, like, face of the block you're clicking on is the way the hopper's going to go. As soon as you get your head wrapped around that, hoppers will be a lot easier to place. But at first they can be a little bit complicated. But that is it. That is your system. And now what we can do is we can multiply this as many times as you want. I'm going to do it another 3 times. So on this bottom row, you're going to have repeaters. On this front row, you're going to have torches. Whoops, torches. On top of that, you're going to have comparators. Whoops, take it off subtraction mode. Like this. On this row, you're going to have redstone and redstone. Now, the great thing with this is you can place them right next to each other. This might look a little bit weird, how the redstone is all joining up. It might look like, how is that meant to work? But it does. Okay, guys, just trust me. Now, let's get these chests facing the right way, otherwise that'll annoy me. A bonus with trap chests and normal chests is that if you crouch and place them, they won't connect up. Unlike if you place 2 trap chests together or 2 normal chests together, they like make double chests. We don't really want that for the moment. You could if you wanted to. If you wanted more storage than just 1 chest, you could have them doubled up this way. Whoops. Trapped one like that, which now gives you double as much storage as what you had before, which is a great little idea. So we'll do that for this one. And now we can place down these hoppers going into the chests. These These hoppers going into the comparators. And then we're going to need, like this, these hoppers going into each other. Okay? Now, let's put a double chest, a double chest at the end there. I'm using trap chest. You can use whatever chest you want at the end there, but I'm just going to use a trap chest for now. We're going to place a hopper here. And we're going to place a chest on, crouch, on there. No, help me. There we go. So there's your mini setup done. You can now place your item frames on the front. Boom, boom, boom. What are we going to put in them? Let's put stone, grass, and sand. Okay, so stone in the first one, grass in the second one, sand in the third one. Now, this is where it gets a little bit, well, not complicated. It's not complicated at all, but this is where you're going to have to listen carefully. So, see this middle hopper row, okay? The middle ones, the ones that face into the comparators. What you're going to do is you're going to open it up, and you're going to place 18 in the first slot. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And then you're going to fill the rest of them up with stone as well, or whatever block you want to go into the chest below, okay? So we've got 18 in the first one, and then 1 to fill up the rest of the other ones. In this one, we've got grass, so again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And then 1 in all these. And then in the last one, with the sand, we do the same thing. So we're going to go to 18 here, 17, 18. Whoops. And then that goes there. And now it's complete. It is now ready to sort out all your items. But let's go through how it works. If you want to learn about how this actually works, then this top row is basically like a conveyor belt. They're all going into each other, and they're going to, when you put an item in there, it's going to put the item into this hopper, which puts it into this hopper. And if this item does not match the item that's in this hopper, it'll go into the next one. And the same thing will go again. So it's like, it says, is it grass? Yes, I'll go into there. I'll go into that bottom one. I'll go into the chest. And if it's, I don't know, sand, it says, nope, this isn't grass. I'm going to go to the next one. And then this one says, is it sand? It says yes. And then it allows it to go through. And the reason why it allows it to go through is going to be a little bit complicated. As you can see on the back here, these comparators are now lit up, but they're only lighting up these front redstone dust. They're not lighting up these back ones. And that's because, that's because the 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 items in the hopper gives you enough to light up one redstone dust, but doesn't give you enough, to light up the second one. Let's make it daytime again. As soon as we put another item in there, which makes it, wait a minute, let me just double count, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, yeah. So when you put another one in, another stone in here, that's going to make it 23 stone blocks in there. Now 23 stone blocks is actually going to be enough to power the second one. So 22 only powers one, or 0 to 22, sorry, only powers one. Oh no, it's not, is it? Yeah, I think it is. 0 to 22 will power one redstone dust. I need to double check that. But 23 redstone dust will actually power the second one. Okay? So then when it powers this second one, it powers this repeater, which powers this block, which turns off this torch, which unlocks this hopper, which allows the item to go through this hopper into this one, into this chest. But because it only allows one, because this repeater has no delay on it, it only allows one item to come through, which then shuts this comparator, or makes this hopper go back down to 22 items, which makes this comparator only reach one block instead of 2 blocks again, so the repeater unpowers, so the torch turns back on, which locks this hopper, which doesn't allow any more items to go into the bottom hopper. That sounds so complicated, I know. I've done the best to explain it in the most simplest form, and that is about as simple as it can get. The reason why the redstone can be next to each other in this layout is because the redstone, you'll never get enough items in this hopper here to be able to create enough power to power 3 redstone lines. If you got enough in there to power 3 redstone lines, then it would mess up the system and it would start allowing stuff to come out of this chest and could create all sorts of problems. But if I bung in the stone here, we're bunging 42 stone, it's going into this chest. As you can see, it's flashing. It never gets into this chest, hopper, because it's all going into this one because it's allowing it. And see how it's going 1918 very quickly, 1918, 1919, 1919, 1919. That's because, as you can see, it's now flicking this power. Can you see it just barely change? Oh, it's not changing anymore because we've filtered it all through. Let me put it back in here. Boop. You should be able to see this redstone dust just flash on and off very quickly. See that? On and off, which powers this torch on and off. This torch actually appears to be off all the time. That's just like a little bit of a bug. It just can't turn on and off quick enough. But as you can see, the stone is now sort of flashing out of it until it all comes into there. So let's do it one more time, just to finish off with all 3 items, and we'll bung in this chest and bed as well. So this chest and bed, when it gets to the chest and bed bit, the bed's going to go into here, check. Is it a stone? Nope. Go into this one. Is it a grass? Nope. Is it a sand? Nope. I'll go into this chest then. And that's how it works. So it's going through. We've now got all the stone sorted out. As you can see, it's very fast as well. So now it's sorting out the grass, and then it'll sort out the sand. How far are we? We're getting there. Anyway, guys, so you can now connect this up with chests in the middle, a system in the middle here. You could literally make this into a square. If you wanted to, you can make the hoppers turn. So then you can make like a square room if you like. Let me show you that very quickly. Bust these out. Let me just place down some blocks here. Boop. Oh, I need to crouch. Boop, 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 boop. And then if you come up here, let me place a block here so I can stand on it. And then let's grab some hoppers. So let's crouch down. Hopper there, hopper there, hopper there. Whoops. Hopper there, hopper there. So now, as you can see, the hopper goes into that one, and it now turns going that way. And then you can have the system again, but facing this way. Do you know what I mean? So you could like make a square. So you could stand in the middle. You could have wool on this side and wood on the other side, and food over there, and ores behind you. And you can make it whatever shape you want, and they'll just keep going through the hoppers. But do make sure to have these chests at the end. Otherwise, you might jam up the system, and it might go all confused and crazy. But yeah, so now you've got tons and tons of storage that will automatically sort itself for you. Okay, guys, so that's going to be it for the first episode of Redstone from scratch. Next episode, we're going to be going back to the very basics, talking about torches, talking about inverters, talking about logic gates, stuff like that, and we'll slowly build our way up to this kind of thing. And next time, when we come back to this build, in so many episodes' time, we'll come back, you guys should be able to understand exactly how it works, and I won't sound like a complete madman when I was talking about this comparator which powers that torch, which powers that repeater, which unlocks that thing. You guys will understand it if you don't already. But anyway, guys, if you enjoyed it, hit that like button. I really do appreciate it, especially on a brand new series like this. If you haven't already, please subscribe, and we shall see you in the next episode. Bye!